Have you ever wondered what a healer class in Terraria 1.4 would look like? Well, fear not, because today I'm bringing you the best healer loadout imaginable. So I was recommended this by a person from the comment section, so shout out to you, man. But essentially, the premise of this is to have a loadout that heals you the fastest, has the best lifesteal weapons, and overall gives you the best chance of survival. As always, starting off with the tools, we're going to be using a Spectre pickaxe, a Spectre hamaxe, and Shroomite digging claws. Why, you might ask? Well, because I couldn't find anything better, okay? Just to deal with it. As for our weapons, we have the vampire knives, the life drain. Both of these have a life drain effect where whenever you damage a mob, you take a portion of their life away and that health goes to you. Then we have the Spectre staff, vampire frog staff, and the Arcalis. I picked the Arcalis just as a backup weapon for any healers because of course you want something close range that is going to deal a lot of damage. The rest of these are somewhat filler. The Spectre staff, just because moving on to our armor, we have a full set of Spectre armor. Why do we have a full set of Spectre armor? Well, because the bonus is that magic damage ends up healing the player with the lowest health, so that's going to heal us. We got Palladium armor, as that set also has increased healing, so we can switch on and off if we want to, but I'm probably just going to stick with the Spectre armor. As for our accessories, we have the Spectre wings, once again, just to complement the rest of the loadout. We have the mana cloak, which is going to protect us from extra damage. We have celestial cuffs, once again to support the mage loadout and to give us a little bit more mana when we get damaged. We have the shiny stone, which as you can see greatly increases life regen when not moving, and the hero shield. So this honestly doesn't do much in solo, but as you can see, it absorbs 25% of the damage done to players on your team. This is more of an accessory when playing with friends, but I'll put it on just for fun. For our pet, we have the Crimson Heart, of course, you know, symbolizing the little healer class we have going on. And for our dyes, we're going to be equipping the bright red dye, just because, you know, red, healer, it goes hand in hand. It looks like somebody puked all over us, but that's besides the point. We'll get some healing potions, and in spirit, we're going to be trying this class out, putting it up against a bunch of bosses and seeing how it does. So first things first, let's summon a vampire frog. Get that out of the way. It'll do a little bit of passive damage. The only reason I chose this is just because, you know, it complements the whole vampire knives and the life stealing theme we have going on. So yeah, as always, let's start off with the very first boss, which is going to be, as you guys know, or at least I hope you know, the Eye of Cthulhu. Let's see how much damage the summon can actually deal to. Okay, so not that much. You know what? Let's try the Spectre staff. Let's see how the Spectre staff does. Okay, you know what? I really don't want to kill the Eye of Cthulhu using the Spectre staff. Arcalis. Oh, wow. The mana cloak is doing a lot of damage. We're not even taking damage from the eye. Let's use the life drain. How's the life drain doing? And finish it off with the vampire knives. Easy Eye of Cthulhu. Way too easy of a boss. How about we do something slightly harder? Since we mostly have hard mode weapons, how about we try a hard mode boss? Right, so moving on, the very next boss I'd want to try would be the Destroyer. That's right, let's just change it to nighttime. Let's see how we do against this boss. Let's try to get the Arcalis on this. Let's see how much damage we could actually do. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't want to die. As you can see, our health is going down, so this is the whole point of the class. Once our health starts going down, we can use the vampire knives to heal ourselves back up. Use the Spectre staff to get some extra health, because magic damage will end up healing us. We can use the vampire knives on these probes. We'll get rid of a lot of them. We'll do a lot of damage, get a lot of hearts. We'll just spam the Destroyer with the vampire knives for now. Let's see how we do. I really doubt this class is going to take us into Moonlord territory. I do not think we're going to beat the Moonlord with this class, but honestly, it's a fairly solid early hard mode class. I mean, granted, a lot of these weapons are post like Plantera, so I don't know how I can really rank that. It's having a bit of trouble with the Destroyer though, so that's a pretty good indicator that we are not going to make it far with this loadout. But yeah, when it comes to healing, look at my health. Like if I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna go down in health. I'm gonna take a lot of damage. Now look, like half of our health is gone, and I'm just gonna replenish all of it. Look how quickly we're gaining back health. Wait, this actually might be the strategy. It might just be that I didn't know how to use this class properly, because look, we gain mana by taking damage, and we can gain health by using our mana. So the more damage damage we take, essentially the more mana we have, and the more mana we have, the more damage we can deal. So it's like a pretty good cycle. I didn't think that through when making this class, but I mean, that's a bonus. So I don't have to stress too much about dodging. Yeah, this might be just the perfect healer class. As long as we don't take too much damage, I think it will be good to go. And the destroyer is about to go. Let's use the Arcalis a little bit. Get that life steal action in here. Let's use the life drain. The life drain isn't just a life drain, it's a mana drain too. It drains your mana really quickly. Alright, well that's a destroyer. I mean, that wasn't too hard once we actually figured out what to do. But yeah, as always, let's move on to something slightly harder. Last episode, we ended up fighting Skeletron Prime. This episode, we're going to fight the twins. So let's see how the healer class does against the twins. Let's try to get in some vampire knife action in here, just because we're really neglecting the vampire knives. To be fair, the vampire knives are trash and they probably deserve to be neglected, but I still want to give them a fair chance because they're a very prominent life-stealing weapon. Also very popular among the Terraria players. Fun fact, the vampire knives actually used to be my favorite weapon when I used to play the console version of Terraria. Yeah, let's use the life drain a little bit more. Can we actually just stand in one spot? I wonder if we can stand in one spot and just like spam the Spectre Staff. I think we could actually do that. Look, I'm just standing in one spot spamming the Spectre Staff. Yeah, I'm saying this is the perfect cycle. Like, we take damage, we gain mana. We gain mana, we deal damage. So I think taking damage is the key element of this class. This class might be brilliant. The more damage you take, the more damage you can deal. Look at this. We essentially heal most of the damage we take. Well, now we're not because the twins are dealing lots of damage to us, but you get what I mean. This is actually pretty interesting. This might be a pretty valid class setup even further into the game. Honestly, I thought this was going to be complete garbage, but now I'm very interested to see how we can do against other bosses. To be frank though, I think this is going to taper off once we get to a boss like the Lunatic Cultist. I feel like it's not going to be valid for Moonlord. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, but look, our health is doing just great. I love the fact that we barely have to aim. We can just spam the Spectre Staff. That's a pretty good trait of the staff. And there we go. The twins have been defeated. Let's move on to the next logical boss, which is of course going to be Plantera. I feel like Plantera might actually be easier than the twins. Don't quote me here if I die, but yeah, let's test her out. Let's see how this does. Honestly, I know that you could easily cheese Plantera with the vampire knives, like by standing in one spot, because she frankly just doesn't do a lot of damage. That is if we had the turtle armor, but we don't have turtle armor, so we're actually going to have to move around. I know, shocker, right? We have to move around in a boss fight. Who would have thought of that? Whoa, guys, Boio is a genius. We love Boyo's brain size. It's gymongous. Yeah, Plantera, it's not even a challenge. Honestly, I've always found Plantera to be one of the easiest bosses in the game though. Like, I never understood when people found her hard. Let's use the life drain just to get rid of her little tentacles. Oh no, I talked too much trash. I talked too much smack about Plantera. Now we're gonna die to her, aren't we? We can take some damage to restore our mana. There we go, there we go. If you guys are enjoying these loadout videos, be sure to drop we love Plantera in the comments down below. Let's confuse everybody who's not watching the whole video. But there, Plantera, soon to be just a distant memory. You put up a great fight, Plantera, but you are now dead. Nothing surprising there. I mean, Plantera, as I said, fairly easy boss. Speaking of easy bosses, how about we fight the beloved Golem? Oh, Golem, how much I love you. You need to be buffed. That's all I'm gonna say. Look at our little pet. He's putting in the work. Let's use the Arcalis. Let's see how the Arcalis does against the Golem. Probably not too well. Let's go back to the Spectre Staff. I need to gain some health because I'm losing health. Life drain. Let's use the life drain. One thing I don't really like right now is that the Spectre Staff is actually homing in on his arms, and that's wasting a lot of time. Let's use the vampire knives. We'll regain some health. I feel like the Spectre armor is much more efficient than the actual lifesteal weapons themselves to give you health. Yeah, that's just something interesting I noticed. Golem be like, no head? Yeah, no head. Oh my god, I didn't even notice my health. We're about to die. Wow, I completely like dazed off. I zoned out. That was my fault. Whoops. That's all I have to say. Just whoops. Well, you guys know me, or at least I hope you guys know me. If you do, you know that I love the Lunatic Cultist as a testing boss. So doing the math in your head, what boss do you think I'm fighting next? Yeah, the Lunatic Cultist. Let's see how we do against this boy. It's going to be a single target. I think we might defeat him. His health is going down very slowly though. That's a little bit concerning. His health is going down too slowly and our health is going down too fast. Yeah, this is not fun. He slapped us around. That's the best way to put it. We got slapped around by him. That wasn't even fair, okay? I'm gonna say right now that was not fair. You know what else is not going to be fair? If we couldn't beat the Lunatic Cultist, there's no way we're gonna beat the Moonlord. But in spirit of the series, we have to fight the Moonlord, don't we? I really don't want to do this. I'm just hurting myself. I'm hurting myself mentally. I'm hurting myself physically by doing this. I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm actually genuinely going to try. But do you think we're going to beat the Moonlord with Spectre armor? I guess let's test that out. I'm gonna stop stalling. I'm scared to do this. Let's go. I'm gonna concentrate on this boss fight. Okay, a few seconds in, and we're a few seconds out, and we're dead. I mean, I don't know what I was getting myself into. I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, we got absolutely obliterated. If you want to see more loadout videos, be sure to check out this video over here. Consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel to help grow the Terraria community. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.